Hey guys, this is the 2021 VW Arteon. All trim levels of the Arteon have the same engine, which is a 2-liter turbocharged engine that produces about 268 horsepower. I find it fun. It's a little torquey, but once you get used to that, it's got just the right amount of pep. It handles like a German car, which I really like. And that's something worth noting here. The Arteon is one of the few vehicles still produced in Germany. Why? Essentially, Americans don't buy sedans. We like SUVs. But this has that special German feel that I really like. I've said this before, I'll say it again. When you test drive a car, please, 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 please mess with the drive modes. Put it in eco, put it in comfort, and make sure you put it in sport. This car is really fun if you put it in sport and you put it in manual. Because don't forget, this is the second cousin to the Golf GTI, which is a true driver's car. And if you want to zoom around, in between taking your clients out to lunch or showing houses or whatever you would do in the Arteon, you can have a ball putting this thing in manual mode. Try it out. One of the things that's new for VW's design language for 2021 is their new logo. So you'll see that incorporated here, which is also your access to the trunk. I really like the steering wheel in this vehicle, not just because it's thick, it's well designed, it's got the nice little indentation here for where our hands should really go at 3 and 9 o'clock, but also the steering wheel controls have that nice haptic feel, which gives you a little bit of feedback when you touch them. So they're not proper buttons, but you actually feel it when they are engaged, which makes a big difference. I'm also finding the driver comfort level in this vehicle, for me, is really nice. The way the seats are designed, the headrest, and because I'm in the SEL R line, on the left-hand side next to the driver controls down here, I've got a seat massager, which I really like. And that is a pretty fancy feature for a VW, but I dig it. So the trim I'm driving today is the SEL R line, which is the top tier of the Arteon for 2021. Between that and the base level, that is a $10,000 difference. And that's a lot of money. So let's talk about why that would be worth it. If you needed A, all-wheel drive, B, you were a terrible parker and needed their parking assist function, which is only available in the SEL, or you really cared about the people in the back seat, because the SEL R line also has the seat warmers in the back seat. I'm finding this back seat pretty comfy, and my kids reported the same. One of the things I like is this armrest, because it's elevated, so it has the right height. It also has integrated cup holders, and we've got our own climate control as well as additional USB ports. Another unique feature is its handless close function. So if we do a quick soccer kick underneath it, it'll make a beeping sound and beep a few times as I walk away, and then it will close itself, which this mom that carries a lot of shopping bags thinks is super cool. One drag about the Arteon, frankly, is I don't have anywhere to store my purse. So this center armrest is nice, but it's small. I've got 2 additional USB chargers in there, great, but it's not really helping me do anything but hide some lip gloss. So it's kind of sitting here right next to me. For some people, that might be a drag. But after driving, I'm really liking this car. I still had one question. How safe is the Arteon? So I talked to the good people at VW about that.
Arteon is obviously a pinnacle of Volkswagen safety, not only because it comes standard with all of the features you would expect for a car of this class, this price point, Volkswagen, etc. But it also has available the new safety suite of IQ Drive, right? So that's kind of our new terminology for travel assist, and emergency assist, as well as,
Ah,
and it works in conjunction with the adaptive cruise control as well as lane assist. So, it takes the forward collision warning and blind spot and everything to a whole new level when
mhm.
you're just driving down the road and you're on the highway. And let's say, worst case scenario, you become incapacitated at the wheel. So the steering wheel has a touch sensor, and that's how it directs you to put your hands back on the steering wheel and actively steer if you're using that lane assist. And it's like, hey, Amelia, you still need to be responsible for steering, and it will give you a vibration and an audible tone. But if you ignore the vibration and audible tone and the display telling you to put your hands back on the steering wheel, after a little while, the car's like, uh-oh, maybe the driver is incapacitated. You'll get more audible warnings, you'll get a braking jolt. The car will attempt to move you to the side and get you to a stop safely.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
great.
emergency assist, which is a new available feature in Arteon, which is pretty cool. And then, to a lesser extent of emergency, of course, there's travel assist, which is kind of your traffic jam type feature that can be used at lower speeds. It's
Mhm.
like it takes that adaptive cruise control, it takes the lane keeping, and it keeps you centered in your lane. It keeps you at a set speed, and it, of course, keeps you going once the traffic in front of you resumes acceleration as well. But what about after an accident, right? Are
Mm.
you disoriented? Probably. Are you unconscious? Hopefully not, but it happens. How is your car working to protect you after an accident?
Yeah.
And with intelligent crash response system, which, it unlocks the doors, it turns on the hazard lights, it cuts off the fuel pump, helps you be
Wow.
seen,
Yeah.
at night, especially. It
Wow.
definitely helps the driver feel better after an accident, as far as like, okay, I can resume my, like, I know where I am, or I know that I'm seen, that, like, I know the car isn't running anymore, the doors are unlocked. And then, of course, you have now CarNet with automatic crash notification,
Yeah.
that, somebody comes on a line with you almost right away and they're like, hey, I can tell that you've had an airbag deploy. Are you okay? Do we need to
Yeah.
call emergency services for you? So I love that our cars are thinking about you after an accident as well.